there is much to enjoy. Traditional culture thrives, nature is abundant, the scenery is spectacular, the food world-class, and its archaeological legacy is vast and varied. Machu Picchu is the jewel in the crown of Peru's rich pre-Hispanic culture and is by far the biggest draw for tourists. But the ruins from the Inca civilization are far from the only archaeological attraction. There is much more, including pre-Inca cultures dating back thousands of years. Among them is the oldest known civilization in the Americas, Corral, some 5,000 years old. Archaeologist Ruth Shaddy discovered this ancient citadel exactly 3 decades ago.
It is one of the 6 oldest civilizations in the world. Not unlike Mesopotamia, Egypt, China, and India, it is the oldest civilization in America.
She says its age and sophistication make it a contemporary of ancient China.
We have had a meeting with journalists from China who are very interested in comparing both cultures, the Chinese culture and the Caral culture. Indeed, there are similarities as well as differences, as we are different cultures, but it is interesting to know how people have lived in different parts of the world in relation to nature and the different characteristics of the human relationship.
Located in the coastal desert 180 kilometers north of Lima, Corral was the capital of a culture archaeologists are still working to fully understand. In this desert valley lies its capital, marked by 7 pyramids, a street system, and public buildings.
We continue to research. More than anything else, we are discovering the architectural sequences and some findings related to the instruments they used.
In October, the sacred city was lit up to celebrate the anniversary of its discovery, Peru's most important archaeological find in a century. 30 years after its discovery, archaeologists continue to find new elements which support the thesis that this was a sophisticated ancient civilization which shared food resources, cooperated with other cultures, and even used urban planning, the true mark of a millenary civilization. Millions of tourists visit Peru every year, but the industry slumped during the COVID-19 pandemic and is just now beginning to recover. Numbers are up by more than a third to 2.5 million visitors so far this year compared to 2023. Most tourists came from the region, Latin America and North America, but tour operators say Peru's hosting of the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Leaders Meeting, APEC, is an opportunity.
They definitely travel differently. The Asians, when they come to South America, usually visit several countries. So when they come to Peru, for example, they go to Lima, they go to Cusco, and then they continue their trip to other countries in Latin America because their trip has more destinations, while in the case of North Americans, they tend to stay in Peru.
APEC includes 21 of the Pacific Rim's most dynamic economies, and this year Peru is on show. Dan Collyns, CGTN, in Corral, Peru.